All right, let's just get right into it because somebody needs to tell you the truth about why your business is completely stuck. We're diving into Suzanne Evans's book, The Way You Do Anything is the Way You Do Everything. And let me tell you, this is the shot of tough love you probably need to hear.
So, are you still blaming the economy? Come on. If you're still pointing your finger at the market or your clients or, I don't know, the algorithm, you're just lying to yourself. Let's get one thing crystal clear. The problem is not out there. The problem is you.
Yeah, sound familiar? I bet it does. If you've ever found yourself asking any of these questions, you need to stop. Seriously, these aren't real questions. They're excuses. They're the little stories you tell yourself to feel better about why you're not succeeding. And guess what? Those excuses are exactly why you're broke. Okay, let's dig into the first big idea from this book, and honestly, it's a gut punch. The whole thing is built on one brutal, simple, and incredibly powerful principle. It's the kind of truth that stings because deep down, you know it's right. This is it. This is the whole ball game. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. I want you to let that sink in for a second. This is the core truth you've probably been running from. You know, those small, sloppy, undisciplined habits in your personal life? Well, they don't just stay there. They bleed into everything. They are the direct cause of the failures you're seeing in your business. Just look at this. This lays it out perfectly. This is what she calls the mirror principle in action. Your business is just a direct reflection of your personal standards. See that unmade bed? Yeah, that's your pile of unpaid invoices. That messy car you keep meaning to clean? That's your messy accounting. Being 10 minutes late for lunch with a friend? Well, that's why you're late to launch your next product. It is the exact same habit, just wearing a different outfit.
And here's the thing you have to understand. Your bank account doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your excuses. Money is totally neutral. It's just a scorecard for your discipline. It is an objective, cold, hard measure of how consistently you show up and follow through in every single area of your life. So how in the world do you fix this? Well, that brings us to the next key idea. You have to choose commitment over comfort. And this whole thing starts with a major reality check about what you call your problems.
Oof, that one stings a little, right? But you know it's true. Your so-called special circumstances, they're just excuses. They're what lets you stay comfortable while your business circles the drain. Everybody has problems. Having them doesn't make you special. You know what does? Overcoming them. So stop looking for pity and start looking for a way forward.
So what is real commitment according to the author? It's all about action. It means you stop overanalyzing everything to death, you stop waiting for the perfect time, and you just start doing. Because here's the secret. In business, doing the wrong thing is almost always better than doing nothing at all. Inaction, that is the killer. It's always the worst possible choice. Think about it like this for a second. How many times have you let the mere possibility of failure paralyze you? You're so worried that it might rain that you never even start the hike. You got to stop doing that. Okay, so you're committed, you're ready to take action. Awesome. But commitment by itself isn't enough to get you through those moments that are just plain terrifying. And that brings us to our third point. It's guts before glory. You have to get comfortable doing the scary work. Recognize these? Money, kids, time, fear. The author calls them what they are, lies. They're just comforting stories you tell yourself to avoid doing the hard, scary, and sometimes embarrassing work that success actually demands. And they are keeping you completely stuck. And this quote, this just illustrates perfectly what real guts look like. Forget everything you see on social media. It is not glamorous. It's not some big heroic movie moment. Sometimes it starts with a dinky folding table in a Whole Foods. I mean, think about that. That is what having guts really looks like. It took guts to look like an absolute fool. It took guts to be embarrassed. It took guts to do what no one else was willing to do, to just stand there and risk rejection over and over and over again from complete strangers. Look, these are the non-negotiables. There are no shortcuts. There are no secret hacks. The only way out of the struggle is to go directly through it. You have to be willing to do the scary stuff because that is where the growth and, yeah, the money is waiting for you. So you're committed. You're showing some guts. Awesome. But what happens when it gets really hard? That brings us to our fourth and final takeaway. You have to become the last one standing. How do you keep that fire going when you get knocked down and you see everyone else starting to quit? This is the secret sauce, right here. You know, passion is cheap. It fades the very first time you get punched in the mouth. But resilience, Enthusiasm, that's what keeps you in the game long after all the passionate dreamers have packed up and gone home. And this is so crucial. When you are obsessed with your mission, with the dream itself, the money follows. It has to. It's a byproduct. But if you're just chasing the paper, you are going to burn out. Chase the dream, and you become unstoppable.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. It's a final look into that mirror you've probably been avoiding. Go on. Look at your unmade bed. Look at that messy car. Is that the real reason you're broke? Because the answer to your biggest business problems is probably right there.
Look, if any of this hit a nerve, good. It was supposed to. It's time to clean up your act, because I promise you, your business will follow suit. For more tough love that actually works, go ahead and subscribe to Lazy Reader.